In 1982, E.T. the Extraterrestrial was such a huge, record-breaking hit that one Turkish ripoff couldn't suffice. So that's why we have two Turkish E.T.s. Badi was released in 1983, and E.T. Mania must have still been going strong, because in 1987, we also got this. Jesus Christ, is this Turkish E.T. or the deleted E.T. Alien Autopsy bootleg? Oh, and this is a good sign. Makes Badi look like Citizen Kane. You know it's serious when the box doesn't even spell Kane correctly. I may have an easy time with this one since the box is already snobbing the movie for me. And like Badi, the back of the box says, E.T. go home and don't come back. Nice to know that the box treats its own movie like Lucy treats Charlie Brown. Also, what's the title of this thing? Homoti? Homoti? I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere, but for right now, let's go to our Turkish expert Ed Glazer for the Homoti backstory. Ed?
Wait, there's another Turkish ET?
Yes.
Give me a couple minutes.
We communicate to each other through our cameras. That production logo is about as impressive as it gets. I could see why this one was made, because Badi lacked the shot-on-shitio aroma that Homoti has. Wait, this isn't an E.T. movie, it's an early 90s children's educational game. Thank you, movie, but I already know how to spell suck. I feel bad bothering the movie. After all, it doesn't look like it's finished writing the script yet. I don't know how to tell you this, but I think a separate house has crash-landed on top of your house. I guess this is our hero, a man who is annoying other drivers on the road. Funny, they're passing up the star, just like they passed up this movie on the shelves. He'd better hurry though, he's late for his Paul Giamatti audition. Our lead is a photographer who has a meeting set up with Geraldo Rivera. What's on the agenda today? Let's just look at the funny pages. Pfft, could you stop storyboarding Turkish Godzilla for 5 seconds and pay attention here? The scene has a flashback to the fakest looking manta ray I've ever seen, but I guess that leads into a free helicopter ride. Turkish Ron Silver is amazed by the sights he sees. You know, this is the downside of having no subtitles. I have no idea what's going on. But you know what the upside is? I have no idea what's going on. Careful with that music. You don't want to give the movie the distinct overdrawn at the memory bank feel. The music comes in handy though for amazing wide-angle lens switching action. I don't think this is how you practice clay shooting on the NES, but to each his own. Okay, so he randomly finds a spaceship. Well, that was incredibly anticlimactic. I was expecting a smoother transition than take some pictures in broad daylight and, spaceship behind some trees. And there's our E.T. or Homoti. He's terrifying, but why wouldn't he be? The hell? That's quite the ass you're lugging behind you, Homoti. Didn't know ghetto booties from space was a genre. But this movie one-ups Nuki in that the alien's lips can actually move.
Biliyorum. Milyonlarca gezegenden bir tanesi.
The more and more I look at this thing, the more he looks like Freddy Krueger's dick. The hell is Terry Jones doing in the movie? I appreciate that it's turning into a Monty Python sketch, but why?
Yo, bir de para verecektim he. Hem bu kadar hakaret işi hem de üstte para ver. Noh sana.
Thankfully, I speak the language of bitch. Please don't blink, Homoti. It looks like an anus collapsing. And those lips, Jesus. I imagine that's what Chatterbox's talking vagina looks like. The lady of the house arrives home and properly faints, because I would too if they were filming a shitty movie in my house. I at least appreciate that this E.T. has shame and is covered in a blanket most of the time, unlike that whore porno E.T. Though this one does have a nicer ass. I don't know how to tell you this, but I think your alien is dead. Nope, he's just dishing out shitty effects. The fuck, is he creating the Virtual Boy? Turkish Lawnmower Man is starting to kick ass. Actually, I think they're designing the opening credits for Casino Royale. Awesome Bond movie with a really crappy theme. Even if I spoke Turkish, I'm not sure if I'd understand the context of that last scene. Dick. Turkish love interest enters the room, and the two instantly hit it off on a first date, where presumably they're talking about how Badi was a far superior film. Who the fuck is this? They have a flamboyant comic relief next door neighbor? Well, this is how he should have entered. And are you sure you want your catty neighbor around when you're showing off your Jell-O pudding ass? Pavarotti here is fucking scoring, but he's missing out on the magic light coming from Homoti's magic can. Wait, and he's carrying a briefcase too? Must be filled with delicious Reese's Pieces. Wait, this is a ripoff, so it's probably full of Coca-Cola and Big Macs. Either way, it's going straight to his ass. Uh-oh, this isn't a good sign. They appear to be across the street from the lab from Nuki. All that is forgotten, though, when Homoti plays tricks on the milkman. Shit, he dropped the sound editor. I guess the host thinks it'll feel more like family if he puts on a Cosby sweater. Enough room for the sassy neighbor? Doesn't this guy belong on a horrible stereotypical Bravo show? You know your network is quality when the announcer is auto-tuned. Ever want to feel stupid? Watch Bravo for 30 minutes. I really hate Bravo. And I've been talking about E.T. all week. Sorry about that tangent. It's time to teach E.T. how to be straight so they can fool Gene Hackman. I'm siding with these two, though. Let's find a plane so we can throw ourselves out of it. Guys, I don't think that plane's gonna work very well. Wait, you didn't tell me you had a green screen. Now we can make this look extra shitty. Also, what am I watching? Meanwhile, in Turkish Designing Women, our hero brags about his discovery. I see they love that last scene so much, they're showing it to the actors who weren't in it. And who was filming it?
So, this Turkish E.T. was directed by Turkmen in 1989 and was the result of the huge E.T. boom that was started by Badi. Every director in Turkey said, this movie is so popular that I need to make my own E.T. And so this director, Turkmen, got his buddies together, Jeff Ottoman, the famous screenwriter, and that one guy from Turkish Star Wars, but not that guy. And with about $13 worth of rubber for the costume, they went to Foça and made this Turkish E.T. film.
You've never heard of this movie before, have you, Ed?
Sure I have. It's Turkish and it's got E.T. in it.
Hey, I wasn't done talking to you yet. I really don't think this is a good time to be drinking. Clearly Homoti is tripping balls. No, don't drink that. That's how E.T. the porno got started. I feel sorry for this lady who has to be secluded by herself in the kitchen. There you go, just add some water to that milk. Delicious. How's this for a perfect meal? Bread, watered milk, Marlboros. You know, the more I drink, the more E.T.'s ass looks spectacular. I guess whatever these two are talking about must be depressing, because then this happens. That looked more disturbing than if it were a cum shot.
Ben ondan memnunum, öyle değil mi canım?
Sen bilirsin abi ama ben bu işin peşini bırakmayacağım.
Hey, it's about time this guy showed up in the movie. After all, he's on the box cover.
Uyuz oldum bir kere.
The fuck? Did the movie just give up on itself? Oh, it's back. And it's Jaws now? This is a movie twist I can get behind. The rest of the movie could be Homoti watching Jaws, and I would be perfectly okay with that. Upon closer look, does Homoti even have eyeballs? All I see are big black holes of death. Too bad Jaws ends and we have to get back to the quote-unquote movie.
Üzülmeni istemem.
Where was that going? Nowhere, I guess, thank God. And your costume appears to be getting a little moldy there. Oh no, someone's at the door. This is gonna get zany! Hey, you're not the 32 tubs of ice cream I ordered. Homoti is then kidnapped and our hero springs into action. You better put those guns away. You wouldn't want to give someone a love tap.
Ama ben yapacağım. Uzaydan gelen yaratık.
Boy, the tabloids are gonna have a field day with this. At this angle, Homoti's ass could be a perfect seat for another ass. Quite an amazing trick. It burned him so bad that it fell off and didn't even leave a mark. You mean you could have teleported this entire time? First Nuki and now this? What's with these dumbass aliens? It's like these movies don't make any fucking sense or something. And hey, Silver Star Productions, are you sure you want to keep reminding us that you put out this movie? Pfft, well, that was the lamest car crash I've ever seen. The gang searches for Homoti, but instead, they find a special effect so shitty, it would make the tramps blush. They search all around for him, but he turns out to be back at the house, safe as can be. Boy, that was intense. So much so that the lead can go on his second date. They cleared out the restaurant when the other customers found out Homoti was being filmed there, but leave it for a 78-minute movie to still have pointless filler involving the neighbor and his sports figure crushes. He's still funnier than Sean Hayes. Homoti gets another signal from his briefcase, and you could add lights to anything and it'll look spacey. Oh. The fuck? Being 4 movies into this godforsaken E.T. week, it's about time that actual E.T. turned up. I think this E.T. toy in the mirror is supposed to be Homoti's contact from his home planet, and go figure, he looks much more realistic than Homoti. I guess real E.T. puts him to shame, so he disappears. Yes, lady, he's under the couch. His ass wouldn't even fit in your garage. What? Wait, when did this happen? Whatever, the movie's only got 10 minutes left. I'm sure it'll be wrapped up soon. And it is. Okay, I'll buy it. There was a body of water nearby. Now that 3-minute crisis was taken care of, the two can have some alone time, and Homoti can reenact his favorite scene from Wild at Heart. Homoti disappears again, leaving the shtick up to the other characters, like the housemaid or whoever that injured herself and turns into Dr. Jack Griffin.
Merhaba.
No one can seem to find Homoti, and not even dressing up like Bob Vila can solve anything. So they set out to find him, and once the scenery magically turns dark, they spot him by his spaceship. At least I think that's Homoti. It's hard to tell because someone must be burning a tire next to the camera. Everyone says their goodbyes, and the magic safari hat takes off into outer space. Now who are they gonna get to freeload on their couch all day and night?
Akşam olduğu zaman gökyüzüne bakın.
And that's Homoti. It's sort of like Badi if they simply stayed in a studio apartment for most of the movie. I'd do more complaining about the movie, but I can't. Because at least it wasn't Nuki. The movie was a lot of things, but thank fucking God it wasn't Nuki. And that's good enough for me. My God, Nuki was bad.